Young Turks now has audio, the TYT Audio Network, podcasts of some of your favorite shows and new shows, including one with Nina Turner, former Ohio State Senator. She's going to do We the People with Nina Turner, talking about equality and justice and seeing that through the eyes of regular Americans who are affected by politics and policy. Everybody check it out at tyt.com/audio.
The New York Times has reported that several White House aides and John Kelly himself are considering quitting their jobs because it's become a miserable place to work. According to the New York Times, several White House aides have considered leaving the Trump administration in the near future, including Chief of Staff John Kelly, who reportedly called the building a miserable place to work. He allegedly made those statements last week when he was meeting with senators. The Times is also reporting that Joe Hagan, one of Kelly's deputies, has also considered departing. Now, they are exhausted and they feel increasingly alienated in the Trump administration. Apparently, Trump has no interest in working with them. He doesn't trust them. He's concerned and paranoid about leakers. And so when he seeks counsel, it's usually not from his advisors or from members of his cabinet. He seeks counsel from personal friends outside of the administration. Now, Steve Bannon says, this is the way things work with Trump, and it's working out handsomely. This is how he won. This is how he governs, and this is his superpower: drama, action, emotional power. Basically treating the US government as one giant reality show, a giant soap opera, when in reality we have real problems with real American suffering. And unfortunately, we just have this dysfunctional environment in the White House.
I mean, just even this coming from John, it's like a song on repeat. Because not only did you make the decision to work for this administration, but the person before you in this exact same position, I feel like this was the same article with different names.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I've been here before.
Yeah, the turnover is astonishing.
It's definitely the same
exact same situation. Oh, it's miserable. He doesn't listen to me. Oh, this has happened before. So we didn't need, we never need Steve Bannon's words, but we didn't need them this time because we already knew this.
But he's finding, I think, don't you see in Trump a little bit that he's kind of feeling it now? He feels his power.
He feels empowered.
He doesn't need to listen to anybody. And when you're there to offer advice and even counsel that might not always agree with his initial instinct, that's got to be a pretty lonely place to be, because the president, A, doesn't want to hear from you if you don't agree with him, and B, you're seeing him pursue policies that are ludicrous in the view of most of these White House staffers.
Now, remember, the people that he surrounds himself with in the White House, including John Kelly, are supposed to be experienced professionals who can advise him, who can help him, who can give him much needed perspective, considering the fact that he doesn't have any experience in politics. Trump does not come from politics. He doesn't seem to even understand how our system of government works.
Right, he doesn't come from governance. He doesn't know anything about administering.
Right, and so look, I understand this rejection that Americans feel toward career politicians. I totally get that. But at the same time, you need people who understand the inner workings of governance, as you mentioned, Mark. And Trump doesn't understand that. And he has this obsession with pursuing things unilaterally and only surrounding himself or receiving advice from people who agree with him. So let's just quickly go to who he talks to and who he's getting his advice from. According to the New York Times, rather than trusting the people around him, Trump has taken to working the phones more aggressively to seek counsel from Corey Lewandowski and his longtime friend, David Bossie. I mean, those are the people who are in Trump's ear, advising him on important issues like national security, the meeting with Kim Jong-un, what to do about our economic situation. It's terrifying. These are not people who have any experience or any knowledge in how our system of government works and how to run a country.
And plus, he needs a balancing element there. He's way out on a limb on most things, and you need some balance in that White House. And increasingly, there is none. And so you have the people fleeing the White House. I mean, really, that's what's happened. He's run through most everybody, and now, as Anna says, you've got Kelly looking at the exit and Kelly's assistant looking at the exit, and then it'll be all new people and a threadbare staff. It's not. This is not. Everybody who's left hasn't been replaced.
Right.
And you have an isolated president. He increasingly will be like,
But he loves it. He loves being
He really
isolated.
does. It's not Nixonian. You know, at the end of Nixon's administration, he was isolated, but he was isolated in depression and isolated as he felt attacked, and he saw the end of his presidency. Trump doesn't see that. He sees all these people who are getting in my way are now out of my way. And I think you're right. He's feeling it. He likes it.
I mean, something that you mentioned, like, yes, we have people heading towards the exit well before we've had enough people walk through the entrance.
Yeah, it's a great point.
That's scary.
And that's particularly true of, key national security positions. So again, he is not only isolating himself within the White House, he's isolating the United States from its own allies. And that is a scary thing to put into the context of, a national security component of, the federal government that is still flimsy to say the least, because he hasn't appointed enough people yet.
And a lot of the people that have been appointed their history has nothing to do with what they're doing now.
I know. Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, well, his government and cabinet is populated by people who have, who couldn't find the men's room for the first couple of months. I mean, it's
Corey Lewandowski wasn't smart enough to tell a New Yorker reporter that what his phone call with him is off the record. And he went on. That's the reason why Corey Lewandowski was booted from the White House. I mean, the guy's a clown and he's advising the president. That is devastating and terrifying. Just keep that all in mind.
Trump really missed Lewandowski, though. He's one of the guys that he's kind of a guy's guy, sort of. And so Trump liked him, and he liked the way he ran the White House. And as a result, I'm not surprised in a way that he's still in touch with Lewandowski.
I am a little. I was like, wait, what? I did at some point think that this guy has embarrassed him and this was over. And so to hear, am I crazy? To hear a little bit that they never really broke up.
Was Lewandowski with Hope Hicks also? Was Lewandowski and Hope Hicks, were they a thing, or is that my
I don't remember. I don't remember, so I don't want to.
Anyway, I think there's a part of Lewandowski which is sort of that aggressive male drive that Trump likes as well. Anyway, I think they're bonding on that level.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.